Counting or not counting gang violence. Counting or not counting gang violence. Counting or not counting gang violence.
Turning Point USA is now getting trolled, not just on campus.
Quick, is there anything that we can be praying? I can't see.
One more?
You want to take one more?
Yeah,
Okay, we'll take one more. Sorry.
Please.
We're just really running over, so that's the only way. Go ahead.
All right, I'll speak loudly. My name is Ryan Cuddle. I go to GW. My question is about the Save America Act.
Yes.
Who do not
I'm glad you're calling it. It is the Save America Act, not the Save Act.
It's an act that requires various forms of ID and proofs of citizenship in order to prevent voter fraud. However, voter fraud is incredibly rare. According to the Heritage Foundation, which is a conservative database, by the way, there have only been a few hundred cases of voter fraud since 1982 out of hundreds of millions of votes. Additionally, according to the Brennan Institute of Justice, there are 21.8 million Americans who do not have easy access to proofs of citizenship. So my question to you is it worth it to risk millions of Americans from voting in order to prevent a few hundred cases of voter fraud?
First of all, thank you for the question. No need to boo. It's an honest question. I'm happy to give you an honest answer. First of all, I have not seen the data you provided.
But also when CEO Erica Kirk and White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt hosted an event at George Washington University in D.C. In addition,
Parting gift for you.
Hey. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry on the flame. Well, with all due respect, no, you don't. But you carry on your own flame. This is sacrilege.
No, should I set it to hyperflame? Why write "We are Charlie Kirk" when it's your guys' thing?
So you respect Charlie?
Yeah, we did respect Charlie, absolutely.
Okay. Well, maybe you can find new ways to express that in the future.
High school.
Oh my God.
Jack Posobiec, a man who peddles in Nazism, plus Andrew Colvett, who took over for the Charlie Kirk show, had this mishap. The latter, of course, did.
Political violence overwhelmingly comes from the right. These mass shootings come from the right. And when it comes to the leaked text messages that came out 24 hours ago, I don't think it's fair to say there's an undercurrent just on the left. I know what you mean, but there's also an undercurrent on the right. There is something deep and dark boiling inside the GOP, and it's like the Nick Fuentes faction of the GOP. You can't deny that this is boiling when we got these leaked texts 24 hours ago. I do not like when people are characterizing these as kids in college. These were grown adults.
But you have to be honest about the fact that you even admitted, well, this year it's progressives. Well, what about George Floyd? What about that whole summer of looting and rioting? Listen,
I have spent all of my formative years watching the President of the United States talk about the opposition party like they shouldn't exist. His claim to fame in U.S. politics was saying that Obama wasn't born in America. That is how he entered the political stage. He was famous before that, but that was his claim to fame. He was the first presidential candidate to ever chant "lock her up" on a political stage. He tried to coup our government. Well, and I live in this, let me finish. Listen. I live in the city of Chicago. Donald Trump, over the past 2 months, has not only posted an AI video of Obama being arrested, but then after that, he posted an AI image of Chicago being invaded. After that, he sent the National Guard to Chicago. So I've spent my formative years watching the president do this. And just think about this. We saw these Nazi group chats, which I'm sure you condemn, right? This Nazi group chat.
Well, we can talk about it.
Do you condemn it?
I want to talk about it.
Wait, so when they said gas chambers, when they say gas chambers, you won't. So you're like JD Vance. You just won't condemn this?
Well, I actually had JD on the show today. We had a whole conversation.
You guys can all condemn this, right?
Hell yes.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Which pertained to this. Failed that one incredibly. Look.
The head of Florida International University's Turning Point USA chapter resigned following revelations that he sent numerous racist messages in a group chat for conservatives. Ian Valdez wrote and affirmed messages targeting both Jewish and black people in a WhatsApp group chat. He stepped down after facing calls to do so from Republicans in the state, including Miami-Dade County Republican Party Chairman Kevin Cooper. Miami GOP Secretary Abel Alexander Carvajal, who created the group chat, has not heeded calls to resign after concerns he failed to shut down the chat chat or address violent and inappropriate messages. In his capacity as chat administrator, Carvajal did not shut down the chat and in fact fueled the inappropriate rhetoric at times, according to messages obtained by reporters.
How many of you are satisfied? You can clap. Satisfied with the results of the Epstein investigation? Clap. Okay, I told you to clap. You guys aren't listening. I'm not going to grade you on a curve. So I was going to get to that. How many of you are not satisfied with the results of the investigation?
A broken clock is right twice a day. That's how you should view this.
Lads, should we release the Epstein Files or not?
Of course.
Yeah?
We still got 3 million to go.
War in Iran, yes or no?
Huh?
You war in Iran, yes or no?
Ooh, maybe not on video.
Remarkable stuff here. And we have more.
They're taking immigrants off the streets.
But immigrants commit less crime than naturalized born American citizens.
They're bringing fentanyl over, they're raping people. I don't know if they're...
Not more than white Americans.
But they're contributing, you know?
But less than white Americans. And there's a video that came out yesterday. 2 ICE officers laying on somebody and had him pinned to the ground. He even pulls out his pistol, aims it at the protesters.
That was Antifa, and it was in Portland.
It was Antifa. That was an ICE officer.
I mean, people who rape, they're going to jail.
Have you seen? 99% of people who rape people don't go to jail. That's just like statistics about sexual assault. And if I'm wrong, I could be wrong, but it's in the 90s. I don't know. It's 99%. I'm put on the screen, 99% right there. All right. Pretty sure, but you support ICE.
There's issues on 100%, yeah. Okay. Why wouldn't I? But you want people who are smuggling drugs over the country, raping children, committing crimes and violence. You want them on the street with you? Just
the majority, around 50% of all the people who have been detained by ICE do not have a conviction, do not have a single criminal conviction.
Majority, but it still means millions are. Millions, yeah.
Do you know how many people he's picked up?
A lot.
Not in the millions whatsoever. So let's think about this theoretically, right? If 50% of all people who are picked up by ICE have no criminal conviction,
that means 50 are. So it's a win.
That's that you're not passing class. You're not graduating from college with that conviction rate. That's horrible.
No, they're looking for people who are raping people.
But like I said, 1 in 2 people don't have a single criminal conviction, including rape, including assault, including any other criminal conviction. Not a single one.
Black Menaces went undercover at a Turning Point event, and this was the result. I'm going to keep it real with you. I think that last part is the most damning. Now, the naysayers and the pro-Turning Point USA people will probably run with, well, it's DC, what do you expect? It's blue, it's crappy, it's this, it's that. And you know what? That could be true. But I would also say is DC is not just Dems. It is also the home of our politics in the country. And there are so many that would attend an event like this, not necessarily to troll, but to hear what these two fools have to say. And the fact that it was so few in the crowd who were pro, and some of them were not even college students, is pretty interesting. Because it's showing once more that they don't necessarily have a replacement. Like, you're going to send Ben Shapiro out there? Completely unrelatable. His views are way down. Look at Ken Klippenstein's timeline on social media. He is struggling. Myron Gaines, flat out Nazi. Unabashed Nazi. Who is that person? I truly don't think they have it. And as much as they want to prop up Erica, I just don't think she's likable to reach the masses the way that Charlie did. I truly don't. So you'll see more Turning Point people or Turning Point aligned people trying to do the college campus thing, but I really don't think it can be recreated. But I could also be wrong. I've been wrong before. I will be wrong again. But seriously, give me one name in the comments who you think is the replacement. And if you want to troll that answer, feel free. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.